Hello, sysfailure here again, and welcome back to the Survival series. If you remember, in last week's episode, we'd ripped out all the redstone mechanisms from behind all of this, and then we had a look in a testing world to see what sort of system we could put in its place that's, well, for starters, it's faster, it's about twice as fast, makes a hell of a lot less noise, and also doesn't end up with items getting stuck in it, which a lot of designs do. So we're going to have a look at that this episode. Also, thank you for the people who mentioned in the comments. I asked, we have a couple of designs for possible paths. So over here we have A, which was the solid slabs. And then over here we had B, which is with the glass floor. And everybody said B. And I've got to agree with you. Being able to see through the floor is really quite funky. Whatever sort of floor texture we go for, we'll probably have a stained glass of a similar-ish type rather than the totally transparent one. One thing it's not quite as good with this is there. That's a nice little trim under there. But if we have a look across this one, it's a big chunky thing. So not quite as nice. It would be nice if glass slabs existed, but sadly they don't. So we'll have to give up one little aesthetic in exchange for one big aesthetic. So we're going for this. So thanks very much for the comments. Anything else you want to say, do stick in the comments. I do listen, I pay attention. Also, for anyone who actually wondered about the stuff that's going to be built in the earlier episodes was mentioned. I think I've still got them on the wall over here. Yes, so big city, big forge, mage tower, lighthouse, giant penis, yes. They are going to be getting built. In fact, we should probably start doing that once we get this item sorted out of the way. Now, the mechanism that we did look at won't fit with how these are laid out, so we will have to rip it out and come up with a whole new aesthetic. So what I'm going to do is actually hop into a redstone testing world and build some sort of aesthetic structure that could fit the device that we're going for. So we'll hop over to that now. And here we are in testing world. You should remember these from last episode. And the one we're going for is this design over here, which is sort of slightly hiding underneath this. Ignore this at the moment. I've been messing around with things for item elevators because 1.9 is currently breaking all the fairly easy ones. Although this one I think is quite entertaining, slightly noisy, because obviously pistons, but entertaining. In fact, I'll show it now. There's absolutely nothing in that. Grass, yeah, stuff it. We'll put grass in there. There we go. Whee! And they go bouncing up there. Like so. And then they go jumping out the top in the water stream. Which is probably over the top. Ignore this, but I was messing about. But that's probably well over the top for transporting items up, and I could honestly do it with a dropper tower, and it would be better. Well, that's glitching out over there. Nope, it's not actually falling out. That's fine. Oh, done already. Yeah, so I might build something like that just for the sheer hell of it. But for the storage area we've got, we're probably just going to use dropper towers. So I'm going to get a little aesthetic design done that fits around this and get some sort of second layer, because one set of chests is not a lot on being sort of too tall like that. So we'll try and get at least another set on top of it. Well, that's a little bit of a mess. We want sort of say two there and then a gap, because that'll be one item, that'll be one item, and then that'll be one item, that'll be one item, give us a bit of extra storage. Currently we're looking at something like this. It's a little bit messy, but that's as close down as I could get them, really. So I'm going to try another thing, because really we haven't got a lot of vertical space. I mean, we've got vertical space down the way, we just haven't got vertical space up the way, because some smart idiot, that would be me, decided to build like lots of rooms and corridors, etc. So that's a little bit of a problem. Going to try moving the mechanism across a bit, and then maybe we can drop it down slightly and use a bit less height, because that's really quite squeezing at the moment, and I don't think we got that space. I mean, if that was ground, we had what, 6 chests and then a roof, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a roof. Yeah, we're a couple too high there. So another little revision to this needed, and then we'll look at the aesthetics of it. Well, I've had a bit of a fiddle with it, and it turns out really I can't actually get it any lower. I could move this mechanism back here and make it lower if I wanted, but the problem is with this line of hoppers here, if there's anything sort of lower, I mean that's the current output level of the one that sort of sucks it out. If that was any lower and was over here, it would have to pass over these, and because hoppers pull from above them before they can pass it on, everything that comes along the top line would actually end up in the bottom line and disappear. So that's no good at all. That means that pretty much this is how tall our design has to be. And I've had a fiddle around with a couple of concepts, we'll look at them in a second. So we've got the ground, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a redstone on top of here. So actually we need 11 spaces before we reach the ceiling. And our current room has 9, I think. So we're going to have to drop the floor another couple. Not a problem. Dig some holes. I've done a couple of design concepts along here though, so we'll nip over there and have a look at them. So this is our first one. I don't know about the floor. I want to use a bit of quartz. I keep wanting to say marble. It's sort of the same thing in a way, like white marble. So go for clusters of 4. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 items because it'd be double, and 1, 2, 3, 4 items up there. So 8 items per section. So if this was a side, that's what? 8, 16, 32. Have I done it right? 8, 6, yes, 16, 32, and another 16. 48, yeah. So 48 different items in a section that size, which I think will sort of fit in our room. If it doesn't, we'll extend it a little bit. Tried it with slightly darker wood. A little better, I think, than the wood over there. Not totally sure. Went for something with the stone bricks that we've been using upstairs. And it's not bad still, but it still feels a little lacking. Went for pure marble, and okay, it's got a certain tastiness to it, but it's too white, I feel. There's just too much white going on. So we need a bit of colour. In that case, pull out the old hardened clay, and we're going for the red hardened clay. I think this is quite nice. It's a nice little contrast between white and red. So I was thinking maybe that was my favourite. But then I started playing with the lapis blocks. Now lapis is actually quite bloody expensive. So that might be a problem. I really don't know how much lapis I have, so I may not actually be able to build this. We'll soon find out. And these rather tasty little sandstone blocks here, just for a bit of detail. And I've knocked out the steps here and just put some slabs. And I like this. I quite like this one. It's got a bit of colour to it. It's nice. I like it. And then I've sort of been fiddling around with some concepts for the floor. Obviously, as we discussed before, some for the bridge area, which may or may not still exist, depending how I fiddle around with this. We could have some stained glass. Not sure where it go. I don't think the blue goes well, because blue there, don't know. That I think's a bit better. May go for that. And a couple of solid options I've been playing with. Obviously, not that, or I will be spending even more lapis. So I think we'll go for this. If you have got any other possible suggestions, stick in the comments below and I will give a read of it. And I'm going to hop back into the main world now and start laying out the space for this, I think. Back in the item sorter room now, and the internal size of the room is actually probably going to be a bit lower once you build it, but the problem is the space for the mechanism. So it says we need 11 blocks of space. I can't go any higher than that because that's the bottom of a room. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is all the space we have down to here. And the floor is currently 2 blocks higher. And we need to get down to here. So the floor is going to have to go down by 3 blocks. Which is slightly irritating. I'll make that stick out a little bit. But it gives it a bit of character. Will mean we'd have to put a bridge slightly further across. I keep going to jump down, things like that. I keep forgetting I'm not actually playing in creative mode. So we'll dig the floor out and then check we've got enough space. And floor all cleared out. So we're down another couple of levels. This takes us down to 11, I believe, anyway. So dug a hole, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we will be able to squeeze our mechanisms just barely under that roof. And it makes that stick to the ground a little, which to some extent actually looks kind of cool. I don't know if I'll put any glass in that one or not, actually. Not sure. But I now need to lay out where stuff is actually going to go. So I will probably lay that out in cobblestone. Do I need to actually check how much lapis I've got though? Lapis is not in that box. It's not in that one either. Or that one. It's which one? That's the one. Right. Gotta divide them by 9. How many 9s do you get in 64? 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63. So that's 7. So I'm going to get, what, 7 blocks per stack pretty much. And I've got 10. Hang on. Yeah. So the 10, 20. I might have enough. If not, I have to mine some more. But I'll go ahead and get it laid out with cobblestone just so I can get an idea of where everything's going first. And this is the sort of layout I'm going to go for. You will notice I've moved these in a little bit because the room looked a little wide, really. So if we're sort of knocking the end ones off, we'll sort of pull it in a bit. And I'm going to narrow it down to here. So we'll take the wall back and replace it. So what we're having is, this will be a unit here. I'll put a unit in a minute. But we'll have one there, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm actually going to have another unit here because I want 6 units on this side and 6 units on that side. Also, we've got the little bridges, so going for this sort of design. So we've got the transparent glass and it's stained, as sort of recommended, based upon sort of previous comments. Not sure about the dark wood at the moment. It may become overpowering once I sort of design the rest of the floor. Not sure, but we shall see. So this bit is blank, then we've got the bridge, then we have 2 units, a bridge and another 1 unit. And I think that would probably look quite nice, and then we'll have some sort of roof design as well. But I like working on the floor first. So that's what we're going to go for. Do let me know what you think of it. If there's any sort of suggestions on what you might change, let me know. And I'm going to get one of the units built, not any of the redstone behind it yet, but we'll build one of them and see what that looks like now. There we go. That's one of the units in, and I quite like it. I've put like, well, cobblestone wall. Wall won't look like that, but that's kind of where it'll be. And you'll come down the stairs, and it's got some nice little 3D-ness, and we'll have some sort of roof up there. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with that as yet, but no, I do like it. And that's what our little items in it would look like. Still not 100% sold on the floor. Might look a bit better once I sort of do the rest of the floor and the stairs, etc. But yeah, I really quite like that. And we'll just need to build a few more units as long as I've got enough resources. If not, I'll be looking for lapis and plenty more quartz in the nether. At least I've got some things like sort of fortune free picks, so that does help a bit with those and the quartz. But I think really I'm going to leave it there actually and build the rest of these and see you next episode when we've got them up, and then we will start work on all the redstone and the massive amount of hoppers this is going to take. So if you've got any other comments or you want to leave a like or anything, just stick it down below, and anything you want to say about this, let me know, and I will see you in the next episode. So as usual, thanks for watching and bye bye. Oh god, oh. Oh my... What the hell? Oh, Jesus.